Sara, you can go ahead and take it away. Please don't
thanks, Hassan.
Please don't let everybody ask questions. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. I'll be monitoring the questions. Sorry about that, Sara. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. And Hassan will jump in if needed, if we need some clarity on anything. So go ahead and enter those questions over there. I was looking through the attendee list. I familiar names there. For everyone I don't already know, hey, I'm Sara Gleave, Product Owner at ServMan. I have been with WorkWave for about a year and have been wearing many hats in my time here, and now kind of in the seat of product owner, managing the roadmap, and really working hard on a lot of these integrations and new features. So let's start at the beginning. What is WorkWave Payments? You all probably know a little bit of that because you're here, but let's dive into it a little bit more. WorkWave Payments is a payment processor. It's exclusively available to customers across WorkWave products. So you have to be a customer of WorkWave to use WorkWave Payments. PESPAC and WorkWave Service have been fully integrated with WorkWave Payments for a while now. So now it's ServMan's turn, and we're really excited about that. One of the strongest features of WorkWave Payments is that it's fully PCI Level 1 compliant. It's the highest security standard in the payment credit industry, which means that WorkWave's invested in credit card security, so you don't have to. And I know a lot of our ServMan customers here are already processing payments through ServMan, but this slide here is a reminder of the importance of digital payments and having a solid partner in taking those payments. Digital payments offer more to your customers who expect flexible and convenient payment options from their service providers. They offer more to your employees, making their jobs easier, hopefully, and demonstrating growth and innovation as a company. They also offer more for you in terms of reduced overhead, both labor and asset security overhead as well. And again, I'm just going to emphasize 13% of you were interested in this, so let's restate that the importance of WorkWave Payments Level 1 compliance, PCI Level 1 compliance, sorry. This means that all sensitive card and bank information is kept encrypted and held to industry standard security protocols. Customer privacy requirements have evolved greatly over the last few years. Also evolving, unfortunately, are cyber attacks against organizations' confidential data, so which includes customer banking information. So in simple terms, PCI Level 1 compliance means yours and your customers' safety and peace of mind.
So Sara, are there other people on ServMan right now who potentially could be not PCI compliant with maybe a previous way of taking payments?
Yes. Everyone who is not currently using Payzer as their payment processor with ServMan is technically not PCI compliant at the moment. So yes, it is a concern.
Excellent. Okay. All right, we're on the next
so
section.
Everything I just explained as far as WorkWave Payments, what it is, what does it do, that's available today in ServMan. And we've got some really cool enhancements planned for later this year. Keep sending in your questions. If there's anything else, feel free, we can stop and talk and answer questions. So we just talked about what payment processing means for you, the business owner. Let's run through the experience and the expectations of your customers. What do you get with WorkWave Payments in addition to that important security piece I keep mentioning? You get the same low flat rate for all cards, even American Express. Our flat rate eliminates hidden fees and they've been negotiated across all WorkWave products, which gives you, the organization, greater bargaining power based on, depending on your size, independent of your size, because we've done those negotiations across all of WorkWave. So it means those rates are competitive and offer increased profitability regardless of your company size. You're also not paying fees for features such as cards on file or account updater. And I promise we will spend some time talking about account updater in just a second. Cutting out third-party processors enables WorkWave to be your single point of contact across all areas of your operations. That's one of the best things about working with ServMan is, the more and more of these things we can bring in-house, it's less phone calls, less vendors, less headache for you. We're responsible for resolving any of your software and payments questions. So one call is truly all it takes.
So Sara, real quick, I see we had a question in. So And I actually, this makes sense to me because I have heard this. So it seems like there is a miscommunication sometimes with the flat rate, the term flat rate, because we have a question where somebody ran in where they said that they are getting fees, but their provider told them that they do have a flat rate. So is it that they're saying the flat rate is, I think there's just a miscommunication there because there's a difference between true flat rate and I guess his question is, I'm actually still getting fees. So maybe you can help me distinguish the two.
Yeah, what we mean by that flat rate is that it doesn't vary based on processor. So a lot of you might now be paying higher for American Express transactions, for example, through your current processor. So what we mean by that flat rate is that regardless of who the card holder, the card company is, the rate is the same for those transactions versus you're not paying X amount of dollars for all transactions that occur in a month or a period of time. That's, yeah, two different things. ServMan audience knows what flat rates are. I love it. All right, I think, oh, thank you. Okay, so the time for a payment to clear back to your account is typically 2 business days. So if you process cards every day, which I have to imagine most of you do, that means that eventually after that initial day or 2, you're going to be receiving payments every day. We'll also be providing you with a merchant dashboard so you can see detailed transaction statuses, report on results, and troubleshoot any payment holdups. In addition, there's also some new features inside ServMan to help with this, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about those on a later slide. We're going to review your current license agreement with you and see where WorkWave Payments fits as part of your current state, ensuring that everything makes sense from a contract standpoint. So you're not going to be entering into multiple contract terms with WorkWave around all the different products.
Sorry about that. Here you go.
So you're all familiar with Chad Osegai, and he's here with us. He may make an appearance shortly. He's your dedicated ServMan account manager. So we also have a dedicated account manager for WorkWave Payments, and his name is Ian Pauline. So if you do go down this path with us, if you've already started, you've definitely already been in contact with Ian. He's going to be your main point of contact throughout the approval process. Chad is going to be there with you, Carol, myself. The ServMan team will also be there, but Ian is your dedicated guy for all things WorkWave Payments. So after you've signed up, our team reaches out and provides a full onboarding session, and that includes training your staff of all the features that we're discussing here. We have videos and guides, which is something that our ServMan customers will really enjoy, that we do have documentation behind this, which is exciting. And you're getting live support from us here at ServMan or the larger WorkWave team when appropriate, and we're going to be ready to assist with any questions or concerns that you've got. So one of the hot ticket items is what happens if I'm already taking payments in ServMan? What does this process look like? Sounds like a massive undertaking to change payment processors. The good news is we've streamlined that process, and believe it or not, it is really smooth. And basically, I think this past week we did the entire process in less than a week to get somebody from start to finish on taking them live on WorkWave Payments. But what we do is we come up with a plan, and it'll depend on your current card processing situation. But we're going to extract the data, tokenize it, re-import it back into ServMan as if nothing happened. We will get all of your card and bank information. We send it off, take care of it. If you have Pazer currently, we are working through what that migration looks like. From what I learned just earlier today, it looks like it's going to be very, very similar to this, which is great news. There's also, if you are not currently storing cards in ServMan, then the process is even easier. It's a matter of completing the agreement, getting the necessary updates in place with ServMan and the various components, and you're ready to go, pretty much. So we're saying 2 weeks. We already are seeing it go much faster than that, which is awesome news.
I client tell me this not too long ago, and it stuck. Essentially, he said, "Well, it's one throat to choke this way." Now that we're kind of have we handle all the support. So I thought the way he phrased it was pretty eloquent. So we'd be more
Yeah.
responsible for everything, which I like. So there's no talking to this person at another company. You're kind of doing everything in house. And the way he saw it, he had a relationship already with his support team, and it just made sense for him. So I thought it kind of stuck with him.
Yeah. And also, I'll just add on that implementation process, we have a detailed kind of plan for various scenarios based on your current state of accepting payments. So if you're interested in learning more about that, want that information, reach out to me, or we can talk about it here at the end also if anyone would like to. But just know that we do have something that we can share around that. Okay, so here we go into the really exciting stuff, in my opinion. WorkWave Payments is exciting, but what it does inside of ServMan, in my opinion, makes it a slam dunk. There's some really exciting things that we have been able to incorporate for ServMan customers. One of those is that payments taken by your technicians in the field will be able to occur against saved credit card or bank accounts on the client file in ServMan. So that is something that hasn't been there previously on ServMan Mobile, but has been added as part of this WorkWave Payments effort. So that's a huge time saver for the field, and it's more convenient for your regular customers. And it's something that you guys have asked us for a long time. So I'm happy to say that we now support it with the addition of WorkWave Payments. There's also this advanced reconciliation process that I mentioned. This was written specifically for WorkWave Payments by our developers. And basically, you get a daily transaction file emailed to you every day from WorkWave Payments. And we've developed an import tool, essentially, that can import that file. It reads that file. It matches it up against all of your data in ServMan. And what it helps you do is narrow down any place where those numbers might not match up. So what it does is it makes sure that your financials align 100% with your payment receipts. It is a tremendous tool. It provides so much additional insight into your credit card transactions than you've had before inside ServMan. And it's a really cool bonus feature that is coming with this. So another hot topic is what does this look like for my employees? So there's the tokenizing and the migration of your data, but then there's the implementation with your employees. So we get asked that a lot. Luckily, if you're already taking payments in ServMan today, the workflow for both the back office and for mobile is virtually identical to what it is today. We have repurposed all of the existing payment screens. There might be an additional box here or checkbox there, or an additional screen that pops up, for example, in back office to securely enter that credit card information. But we've done it in such a way that it's so intuitive. We've even had one of our early adopter customers make the change and not provide any heads up to their staff whatsoever, and they didn't experience any workflow disruptions. So that was kind of not on our request, but it was a good test of what we did here and how we approached this to keep it as close to what everyone is used to in processing payments today. So it doesn't put that additional burden on you of making the switch and then having to retrain everybody, because I know how that goes. Finally, there is Account Updater, which it sounds like everybody's excited to learn more about that. So we've got a couple slides talking about Account Updater. So what does it do? The Account Updater service proactively scans all of your credit cards on your client accounts in ServMan. And if it finds any expired cards or cards expiring within the next 30 days, it automatically batches that card information and sends it off to the Account Updater service. The processing times vary just depending on the situation and the card issuer. We've seen results come back same day, sometimes a couple days. But what it does, it looks for new expiration dates. It also looks for new card information. I lost my debit card. My bank issued me a new card. It's the same account. It's just a different number. Account Updater can also find those types of card changeouts as well. When Account Updater finds that information, it automatically sends it back over to ServMan. So this is all automated and it's happening behind the scenes without you even knowing that it's happening, which is really cool. Yeah, I think we
have to look for it.
Yeah, yes. So you can also request an update on demand as well. So if you have a declined card, or just you come across a card that you want to check and see if there's an updated card out there. You also have the ability to do that on demand. I was just confirming this earlier today, but we will also be, in the next iteration, there will be an automatic feature to check any decline card as well. So anybody that has got a large number of recurring payments, monthly, quarterly, yearly, whatever it is, Account Updater is going to save you a ton of time. And I skipped ahead on myself there. Oops. But I just want to reiterate, you know, a lot of people have a dedicated person or members of their staff that one of their duties is to track down new credit card information for expired cards or cards that otherwise don't go through. So Account Updater is not replacing this person, but it's making their job a lot easier. It also prevents you from bothering customers. So you're not asking them for information they have already provided you in the past. So it's just another way that WorkWave Payments makes the interaction between you and your customers easier and even more seamless.
So we got a question here.
Yeah.
So do they get notification if someone's card is, I guess maybe it gets canceled altogether? Do they get some type of a notification when they go to make the charge that the card needs
Not
to be
a real, they won't get real-time notification, but the Account Updater service, any responses that it gets, so a success or if it fails, if it's not able to get updated account information, it's writing that back to ServMan. And right now we've got a report that you can look at. As we continue rolling this out, I'm sure we'll add additional smart views and other ways to look at the data. But right now you are getting a result of that card sent back to ServMan from Account Updater.
Excellent.
All right, this is breaking news. It's very exciting. So as we meet right now, the very first customer across all of WorkWave is rolling out card present transactions using a mobile terminal with WorkWave Payments, and it just so happens to be a ServMan customer. So ServMan kind of led the charge on that one of rolling out mobile terminal payments, which is very exciting. So let's talk about what that means. So those are card present transactions. Everyone is familiar with that terminology. We're calling it mobile terminal because it does a little bit more than that. You can see this is the device. This is a picture of it. It's a hand point device. The handheld POS device is fully integrated with ServMan. It's Bluetooth enabled. So it is, you're pairing and unpairing using Bluetooth. Don't worry, no more auxiliary jacks or using your volume arrows to pair card readers to phones. Once it's paired, you're all set to start collecting payments and provide your customers with the flexibility to pay securely and conveniently. There's just a one-time initialization on those terminals, and then they can be paired, unpaired, and repaired however needed after that. Mobile terminal payments offer reduced rates and cost savings that come with transacting with a physical card present. Our devices support credit card swipe and sign, debit ACH using a PIN and signature, contactless payments with a card tap or dip, and the devices support Apple, Samsung, and Google Pay. So card present transactions and mobile terminal offer enhanced security and convenience for your customers and your business, not to mention those reduced processing rates that come with those card present transactions.
Yeah, these seem to be a little bit more advanced than, I think I've seen them before, the little Bluetooth. I guess what do they only do is swipe. So I guess the biggest difference is it doesn't just swipe and tap. You can actually put in a PIN number. Got it. Oh, these are pretty nice.
Yep.
Excellent.
And they also have a nice WorkWave Payments for ServMan sticker on the back of them as well. So someone worked hard
That's
on
right. The QR codes.
I do see a question here from Laura. I'm just going to stop for a sec. And the question is, a large amount of our credit cards are large commercial customers using virtual payable programs. Does this work with all the features? I would need to get a little more information on that, but the short answer is it should, yes. And I know on the PESPAC side especially, there are a lot of large commercial accounts that are using WorkWave Payments. So Laura, we can definitely talk and get a little bit more information on that and get some definitive answers for sure. Okay, check scanning. So another feature that we're going to add to the WorkWave Payments suite soon, later this year, is check scanning. So this includes scanning checks from your phone camera in the field. All of our banks most likely have that feature now, where you can take a picture to deposit the check into your account. Same idea here. There's also going to be a batch scanning feature for the back office that will batch scan a bunch of checks, and there will be a direct tie-in to ServMan with that data. Again, this is coming later this year, so we're still working out some of the specifications around that, but just know that that is, the delivery will be some tie-in back to ServMan with that scanned-in data from the batch scanning. Mobile check scanning, no issues there. So this feature obviously reduces the reliance on your field personnel bringing physical checks into the office for deposit, which we all know have a way of getting misplaced, sometimes permanently misplaced. We're going to keep everyone updated on check scanning's release as we get some more concrete timelines here later this summer, and when we establish our official development planning effort. But just know that is an effort across all of WorkWave, not just for ServMan customers, to add this feature. So it is coming soon. There he is, the guy you're all familiar with, Chad. So if you've not already started the conversation with Chad about WorkWave Payments, here he is. He's also on the call. We can talk to him, but Chad will be your starting point for those conversations, and he'll get you hooked up with Ian and all the right people on the WorkWave Payments side to get your application processed.
Excellent. Now, our favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah. So check scanning is not the end. There is a full product division within WorkWave devoted to WorkWave Payments. So this is not just we're going to get it up and running. We're going to be continuing to develop and improve on the product. So some more things that will be coming down the pipeline. SMS and email payments. This is a feature that is already available in some capacity in the other software, so we will work to get this incorporated with ServMan, kind of playing with some timelines right now around that with regard to check scanning as well. But some other larger WorkWave Payments improvements are photo scanning credit card information. So hold your phone camera, it reads all the information on the card and enters it into the app for you. International processing, one-day settlements, and there's even a WorkWave branded credit card in the works that's going to have some cool perks related to your WorkWave account.